Alright. I don't see why not. I'm sure you can tell by the playlist this is in what this is now, and also by the name of the video. Sega and Sega Saturn are trademarks of Sega Enterprises Limited. Yep, it's Hexen time. As you can see, this port was handled by Probe Entertainment.
Suspended within the fabric of time and space lies the realm of the Chaos Sphere. For eons, the Serpent Riders, masters of the sphere, have traveled the dimensions, sowing destruction. Disparal is dead. Korax, the second rider, threatens another world. The world of Hexen. Hexen, a world where magic's legacy has spawned corruption. Three powers rule as one unholy trinity, each led by a single man, the warlord Zedek, High Captain of the Legion, is both judge and jury to all the peoples of Hexen. Traductors of the Church, holds their souls in captivity. And Menelkir, the subtle master of the Arcanum, weaves his unholy magic to spread fear and weakness amongst all of their subjects. Restless in an uneasy alliance, these twisted leaders rule a twisted land, crushing absolutely all who would dare to oppose them. Today, they will trade their worldly power with Korax for the dark gift of unlife, and a mastery of forces more terrible than even their depraved minds could ever imagine. From the ranks of corruption, three heroes emerge, fighting for a single cause: the destruction of the masters they once served. Their names will become a thing of legend. Baratus, Daedalon, and Parias must heal the world of Hexen for all time. The world must undergo a testing. A journey must begin.
Sorry for not talking much during that, but as you can tell, there's no way I'm beating out that narration. Right. We're going with the fighter on the Knight skill. Need a moment to remember how I laid this out. Yeah, this is alright. As you can see, this has like the Doom 32X style of thing, where only the front view of enemies is put on the disc because of, well, here I'd imagine it's definitely memory limitations. So new glass breaking sound, truly incredible. Yep, we still need the emerald key to open that. Now. Which one is it? Okay, it's the B button. You know, you got turn acceleration. The frame rate is definitely lower, so I'm sure you could already see. I'm pretty sure that's the first thing you noticed. And yes, those are the fighters' flechettes. But yeah, from what I can tell, this version was actually based on a beta of Hexen, because the level design is a bit more simple. The control setup I am using is a bit awkward, so I may change it later, but it's fine for right now. It's getting the job done. Besides, I don't know what I could really change it to, because I mean, it's not gonna work any better on a controller than it is on a keyboard, unless it's the Chad 6 buttons instead of the, you know, Virgin 4 buttons. Maybe that. And I am actually playing this off of the actual CD. Because I own Hexen on the Saturn. And currently the only Saturn emulators that exist, they either need they need the disk image virtually mounted, or you can use an actual disk drive and an actual disk. So what I did is, of course, actual disk drive, actual disk, because I'm that much of a Chad and happen to own Hexen for the Sega Saturn, as well as several other Sega Saturn games. It is a bit awkward to play like this, but then again, I'm sure you already knew that. I mean, imagine, if you will, a PC game ported to a console. And now I'm ported to a console so you can use a controller, and now I'm using that weird controller map on a keyboard. That was just me being bad. That wasn't even the controls, that was just me. And yeah, this CD soundtrack for this and the PlayStation version that I won't talk about anymore because it's bad. The CD music for this port is actually different than the CD music from the original Hexen on PC, because that also had a CD soundtrack, but it wasn't that crazy. Save. Yes.
Greetings, mortal. Are you ready to die?
Wow, that audio quality shift. I heard that. You probably couldn't on actual Saturn though, so... And as you can hear, this music is different. Yeah, we won't hear the CD soundtrack for the PC version during this LP at all, but we will at least hear this. Yeah, this version of Hexen is a bit of an oddball version of the game, but it's still good. And I think... Alright, excuse me for 1 second while I try and map this out. So that switches that. Seriously, I apologize. I don't remember. Let me check, actually. So the weapons are Z right and Z left, so... Alright. Uh-huh, so it's the same button as switching items, but a different set of inputs. Okay. That'll work. That'll work for me. So this version of Hexen is very interesting because, as you can tell, it's really not the same as the PC version. Kinda bit of a remix. Okay, there we go. I may also not hold down run as often as you might like during this playthrough, so just be aware of that. Listen to that. I'm sure you recognize this music. This music's from the ending. It's part of it anyway. Oh, and again, if you're not actually familiar with the PC soundtrack, the PC CD soundtrack, it is also a little different than the actual MIDI soundtrack, and also different from this one, so it's weird. Uh-oh. Not a fan of that. But yeah, it's also not as big of a deal with the fighter. We don't have to run everywhere because, you know, he's actually decently quick. Of course, I will still run in cases, but not as frequently. And for the record, these kind of load screens with the ethereal travel there, that's... I believe that's roughly how it would be back in the day on PC as well. Of course, with our modern technology, it just completely destroys those old load times. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna remake these controls for part 2. I'm gonna give it a shot on controller because, well, even if it's only marginally better than this, that's still a vast improvement over what I'm currently dealing with. You can strafe in this game, but because of how the keys are laid out, it's difficult for me to actually reach that functionality. Hey, Forsaken Outpost. It still is the N64 version after this, which has its own neat stuff to it. Oh, hello. And that is exactly why I saved, ladies and gentlemen, in case that shit happened. I'm tired today. We've actually done a lot today. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break until next time. Like, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break because I've done a lot today. So I will see you next time for more Hexen, where we will explore the Guardian of Steel.